Welcome to the 30-Day Transformation Challenge, Week 4, Day 4. I'm really excited about today because we're going to do something that I think can be a blessing to many of us, probably to most of us. You know, we've talked about spiritual disciplines and there being a integral part of our spiritual development. And we have incorporated some of those foundational disciplines. And even though this challenge is about our prayer life, we have incorporated worship, we've incorporated fasting, memorizing scripture has also been another discipline. We have certainly practiced the discipline of journaling, haven't we? Every day we're doing that. So this day's activity is a little bit different because we're going to do something what one author has called a discipline of detachment, which for most of us in our high-tech world today is going to be appropriate. It's going to be a challenge, but I think very helpful. So here is the first activity. I want you to choose a day in which you are going to detach from the device that you are most attached to. Okay? For most of us, that's going to be our phone. I would show you mine, but it's actually recording the video. But here's the phone case. I carry this everywhere I go. When I go to bed at night, I plug it in. I'm still scrolling and looking and reading until my eyes are heavy, and either I'm able to put it on the nightstand or it falls and hits me in the face or the chest. Then I put it on the nightstand. Wake up in the morning. I'm on it for a little bit. I go to work. I use it throughout the entire workday. Come home in the evening. Sometimes we're sitting watching television, still using the phone. So it is one that I am definitely attached to. And so find which device in your life you find that greatest dependency upon. And that's the device you're going to set aside for a period of 24 hours. I know. Oh, we're going, oh my goodness, I can't do that. That's I'm too dependent, or work is, I got to, well, I'm still going to challenge you to do it. Maybe you have to do it on a weekend when you're not working. But I want you to take that phone or laptop or whatever it is and identify which one you're most dependent on. And then activity number 2, you're going to, if possible, give that device to somebody for safekeeping, because it's going to be too easy for us after we've gone an hour without being on the phone or using it to just go get it and look the email or do whatever that we do with our phones. So the best thing would be to give it to somebody for safekeeping, but at a minimum, don't use it. Don't use it for a period of one day. Don't substitute another device. That's not what this is about. Giving up the phone, and now I spend all day at my desktop or on my laptop. But again, this is about just setting that aside, and really probably will have not only some spiritual benefits, but some health benefits as well, where we can just relax. I don't always have to be looking at my emails. I don't always have to be looking at some document or things I have to do, or looking at my calendar, or putting together this, that, or the other, and working on that project, and setting reminders, all those. It's just breathing and just seeking the Lord instead. You might find yourself somewhat anxious because you set that phone aside. And if you do, that's the place to begin your prayer. God, help me. Help me not to be anxious without my phone. Help me not to be so dependent upon it. I'm not saying there's anything bad in these things per se, but except for the fact they occupy our minds far more than they should. And we don't have the time, we don't have the focus and the concentration to just simply focus on the heart of God. So, seek the lead of the Spirit. Record this experience in your journal, and just let God work through you as you detach yourself from electronics. at least from the one you're most dependent on. Okay, so that's activity number 2. Activity number 3, consider scheduling a detachment day or days into your schedule. Maybe it's an afternoon. Maybe it's a Friday afternoon. You go home early, and once you get home, there's no more phone for the rest of that day. I think most of us are going to find that very free. And I dare say that none of us will find anything too significant occurring during that detachment period. Doesn't mean people can't get a hold of us in cases of emergencies, because there's usually a spouse or significant other nearby that can be contacted, and we can therefore be reached. But schedule this time period where you're just giving those things up just for your own emotional health and certainly for your spiritual health as well. A time where you can just breathe and be with Jesus. Okay? So hopefully that activity, these activities on, again, day number 4 of week number 4 is something that will be a blessing to your life. I think for certain it's going to be a challenge to us as well. All right? So that's it. I'll see you in the next video.